Phil.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Down 80 pounds, day 33. I'm your host, Jason Gaddy. Final episode of Down 80 Pounds. If you're just watching to watch the workouts and, whatever, that's great. I would fast forward about 7 minutes because one of my followers asked me to talk about how I got into bodybuilding. And I know there's going to be some people like, oh, y'all believe that? He thinks he's a goddamn bodybuilder. And, I don't think I'm a bodybuilder. But the style of lifting I do is bodybuilding. I'm not trying to be a power lifter or what are those, CrossFit. That's not the style of lifting that I do. That's not what I do in the gym. So, I will give you the whole rundown. When I was a kid, probably about 6 or 7 years old, my dad had a concrete barbell set up. Had a metal bar. It was a solid bar about that big around, about that long. And he had concrete weights that he brought home from Germany when he was in the army. And he had a workout bench downstairs. And the bar weighed, I want to say 35 or 40 pounds or something. It wasn't an Olympic bar, obviously. But so I used to get on that thing, and I'd try to lift the bar up, and I couldn't hardly lift the bar up. And eventually, I could get the bar up, but it was all I could do to get it up, bench press it once, and so it was always some great big like, oh my gosh, and then when there's weights over there, so it's only going to get heavier. It was kind of in my mind. It was like something that I wanted to achieve was to be able to put weights on there. And so through the years, I would go downstairs and I would it's freezing down there. I'd grab the bar and it'd be freezing cold. And, I'd put up some weight, a little bit. And finally, my parents moved way out at the end of Jefferson County, and they had Kentucky. And they brought the weight system with them, the bench, not weight system, but the bench. And I was to the point where, because the bar was only like yay much on each end where you could put weights, I was actually taking coat hangers and hanging weights off of the bar between the other weights, just hanging them, every weight that they had, and then ended up buying 45-pound plates for the small hole bar. And same thing. Anyways, so that's what happened at the house. Well, I transferred out of one school to another, started meeting some of the regular kids that went to school, and I was horrible in French. The first school I went to, really good at math, and I can make anything look like anything mathematically. It's a gift. And I showed the teacher. She had us write all our grades down and figure it out, and then she wanted us to tell what the grade was, and I told her I got a 71 in French. And she was like, what? And so I showed her, and I was like, this, carry the two, whatever, this divided by this, whatever. And I made it look real simple, and she was like, okay, so I passed. So I go to this new school, and I'm in French 2, and they're like, yo, man, you shouldn't be here. And I was like, okay. So somehow or another, they got me a pass on French, because you had to take 2 years of French. I got a pass on that, and they put me into weightlifting because that was the only thing that had any opening left at the same time slot. So I went into weightlifting in high school, and I was in there about 2 or 3 months, and there was this great big guy that used to run around, and most people liked him, but every now and then he just liked to show people who the boss was. So he'd run around and he'd grab somebody, and he'd pick them up and start shaking them. And, I'm not one to be, I don't go out and seek that kind of thing. I'm not not an aggressive person now. If it comes to me, it's a different story, but I don't seek trying to go out and hurt anybody. But about 2 or 3 months into me in the gym, he felt it was my time to be grabbed. And so he grabs me and tries to pick me up. And I'm like, what the fuck, dog? And he starts laughing. So I put my arms around him and I start squeezing. And his eyes kind of went he goes, oh, would you like me to try? So he grabs me harder. And I remember telling him, I said, motherfucker, would you like me to try? And I squeezed him and his face turned purple. And I picked him up and I just started shaking him. And he was about 2-3 inches taller than me. Big son of a bitch. But I remember just grabbing a hold of him and just shaking him. I didn't throw him, I didn't hit him or nothing like that, but I let him know that he's not as strong as he thought, So that was my real first confrontation, strength-wise. And he and I ended up being friends we were friends forever. We were friends before, we were friends after, but he just thought he'd grab the second biggest son of a bitch in school that wasn't on the football team. And I let him know what time of day it was, and then we went on about our business. I didn't mention it or anything after that. I'm not that kind of person. So, anyways, so I get out of high school and join the military, and that's all calisthenics, and you're gonna run, you're gonna do sit-ups and push-ups and all that stuff, and got down. I was like 220 when I graduated boot camp, so I'll never be lighter than 220. I was still in a size 38 pants. Like right now, I'm in a 38 pants, but I weigh 311. So, got out of boot camp and had my daughter, and I was just, one day my friends called me up. He was like, man, me and my other buddy, we're at the gym. He's like, I remember you used to go to the gym when you're in high school. Man, you be interested in going? He was like, this gym we go to, it's like $150 a year. And it's 24 hours, except for on the weekends. They close at like 6 or something like that. But through the week, it's 24 hours. And I was like, sure. And it was a big boy gym. It was when WWF or WWE, they switched from WWF to WWE, when they would come into town, the pro wrestlers would go to this gym and work out. It was no bullshit, fucking huge gym. So I got in there and was working out, and I was going to GNC, and I was buying creatine and protein powders and all this other shit. And being in a big boy gym, I was approached with steroids, and I was like, I'm not going to do steroids. 28 years old, I was like, I don't freaking need it, man. So I ended up getting really, really big, just natural. Went to the pool one time, and my dad and I were playing with my daughter, who was 5 or 6 or whatever it was, throwing ball to her, playing whatever, and he walks up to me. He's like, Jace, your arms are knotting up something awful. And I'm like, what? He's like, your arms are freaking huge. And I was like, well, I've been going to the gym for, year and a half or something like that. And he was like, man, he's like, you're pretty goddamn big. So did that for like 2 years. And then it's just like I quit for some reason. So when I was 30, I just quit going to the gym. And I pretty much didn't go back to the gym until 2014. So it was like 14 years I didn't work out. And I got to 380 pounds. And I remember, I carry mail, and I remember, like, if I drop something, like if I dropped a letter or whatever, to bend over to pick it up, everything in front of my eyes would go black. I would black out, stumble, and holy shit. If I ate anything, you could feel the inside of my head swelling. It felt like I was going to explode. I was going to have a stroke. And one of my other buddies that's been working out forever, he was heavy. He got down. He's built like an X now. At 43, he works out like crazy and has earned it. But he was like, um, he called me up. He said, Jason, I've been looking at your pictures on Facebook, and he said, let me tell you a story. He's like, I got an uncle that's really really fat, and everybody, you know, it was kind of a hush hush giggle thing, you know, about how big he was. And then the picture got posted up on Facebook, and I commented on there, wow, Uncle Bill or whatever his name is, uh, sure hasn't changed or whatever, and like his mom commented back, that ain't your Uncle Bill, man, it's you. And he was like, oh shit. And so he lost a bunch of weight, got in the gym. So uh, when he saw me, he told me the story, and he was like, come to the gym, and I'm going to show you some stuff. And so that's exactly what I did. I went to the gym with him for a week, and he showed me some stuff. And then about 2 months later, when he freed up some more time, he showed me some more stuff after that. And I was living in my parents' basement waiting to close on this house. And I ended up joining the gym here in Little Bit, Kentucky. And I just started working out, man. You know, I just got in there and started pumping weights and doing the best I could. And, you know, with the stuff that he showed me, the stuff that I remember from high school, the stuff that I remember from when I was 28, doing the best I can. And then about 3 months into it, one of my other friends were on the phone, and he said, man, you ever seen this guy? He's a huge motherfucker. You already know who I'm talking about. He was a huge motherfucker on YouTube. He was like, I don't know what this guy does or what he's on, but I know that he probably knows what the fuck he's talking about. And I'm like, who is he? He's like, I don't know his name. He's like, I'll find it and send you the link. So I get this link from Rich Piana. I'm like, Jesus Christ, not from, but from my friend for Rich Piana. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And so I would watch Rich's videos and learn as much as I could. And, you know, of course, the gym that I go to is limited. You all have seen what's in there. They're getting more equipment, but it's limited. So I would do what I could do through everything that I've been taught from friends of mine and through Rich and whatnot. And then by the time Bigger by the Day started, I had already lost like 50 pounds or 60. And so I was down to like 320. And, it's 330. So I lost 50 pounds. And the first week of Bigger by the Day, I lost, first 11 days, my first weigh-in. It's got 27,000 views on it. I lost 15 pounds in like 11 days. And I was like, there is something to this eating every 2 hours and, you know, working out, you know, cardio and whatnot. So I ended up getting down to 292. So that's 38 pants, which is what I wore in boot camp. So that's as low as it's going to go. And in an extra large shirt, which is what I wore in high school. So that's as low as it's going to go. And I just kept going to the gym. Well, some of you all who have been watching me forever, I was in the gym one day working out, and I had that kid Austin with me. And he pulls up an old picture of me, and he just kind of shows it to me. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, look at it. And I was like, okay. He's like, you don't look like that anymore. Because I had been feeling bad all day, like, dude, I feel like I look like crap. And he's like, you don't look like that anymore. So I posted that picture somewhere in this video, the double, like the before and after, the one that I'm putting together after that, but the one he showed me, you know, I got that somewhere on my Facebook, so I'll dig through that and put that on here. But that made me feel really good. Well, then I ended up stopped going to the gym for about 4 months. Moved back here. I moved out for a little bit, moved back here, and started going to the gym again. And so what you're seeing now is me getting back into the gym, trying to get healthy again. You know, Stephanie is shooting videos for me every morning. She wants me to be healthy. You know, and if she decided one day that she didn't want to shoot videos anymore, I promise you that she would still want me going to the gym because you want me happy and healthy and you want me to live a long time, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, but that's kind of the journey of how I got into bodybuilding style weightlifting. I know I'll never be a bodybuilding competitor or anything like that, but I know that I'll never be 380 pounds with blackouts and the most insane. It was like there's a balloon inside my head that somebody was just blowing up, and you know, every time I ate, if I drank anything that wasn't water, same thing. It was horrible, and it's not a way to live, man. So, but anyways, I don't know.